Hello there, this is Ace Trainer M. I thought I'd talk about a pretty small subject right now, just a short little video. Pokemon, why do they have Mega Evolutions? What have they done with X and Y? So, as I stated before in my previous Pokemon video about how Pokemon is counterproductive, like its competitive meta isn't helping the series, I talked about how X and Y try to help the beginners get into the competitive meta, and how they generally made things easier for the meta players as well. So it was generally good for everyone. Another thing they added in the games were Mega Evolutions, and this is kind of related to the problem. You see, back around Generation 4, Pokemon started making Pokemon just better than other Pokemon. Until that point, you could use basically any Pokemon you had, and, there weren't as many Pokemon as there are now. They're about half the Pokemon that, we have today. But, there's still a big selection. You could use different Pokemon. It was fantastic. And, around Generation 4, when Arceus was released, Pokemon really started, really reaching the limit of what they could do. They said to themselves, okay, we made this Pokemon which is literally the strongest Pokemon there is. What are we gonna do? And, they said, well, now that, we have all these new, fantastically powerful legendaries, what we need is to somehow make old Pokemon relevant. So what they did, if you notice, a lot of their, evolutions of Pokemon in the Pokedex are actually evolutions of older Pokemon. For example, you got Electabuzz and Magmar, which are Magmortar and Electivire. So, they just found these old Pokemon and found a way to make them relevant again. And, that's just to name a few. And then, from there on in, they started making Pokemon stronger and stronger. Like, by Black and White 2, Pokemon, you could fuse two already powerful legendaries to create even more powerful legendaries. And, by Black and White 2, everything was so easy. Like, when you have a place with trainers around level 70 and 80, I'm talking about the towers they have in Unova. I don't remember what they're called. I think it's the Black Tower and White Tree something. I'm not sure. But then you have people there, like, around level 70, 80, and you can still get experience from them. And this is literally the easiest way, for the late game to level up any Pokemon. And you could literally buy levels from, places. Like, there was the shopping area, I don't remember what it's called, like the mall that you could create. And in the gym bay, you could make people that can level up Pokemon for a price. That was ridiculous. Like, literally, that moment, I said, okay, something is obviously broken here. And Pokemon realized this too. They said, okay, crap, we are totally... this is essentially called power creep, when they make something in a new edition slightly better and stronger, so people will use it or want to get it, but then essentially things get better and better. What this means is that with the release of X and Y, first of all, if you notice, they kind of stopped the transfer of Pokemon over by using the Pokebank feature, which they released quite kind of late. And, I think that's actually really good, because that meant that for that small time, that they actually neutralized the meta of the game. Like, you could only use those Pokemon in the region. And, Kalos had a lot of Pokemon from other regions, but generally you didn't have a lot of access to legendaries from different regions. Like, if you notice, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, just from memory, you can only get certain Kalos legendaries, and that's about it in the game. No legendaries from any other regions, as far as I remember. And I think that was wonderful, because basically what that meant is that for that part, it just had normal Pokemon, didn't have a lot of OP Pokemon. And essentially, they did transfer Pokemon, I think it was back to normal, but they added Mega Evolutions. So back to what I was saying before, what did Mega Evolutions do? Well, Mega Evolutions are a simple way of making old Pokemon relevant again. Now, when so many Pokemon have such high stats, Mega Evolving a Pokemon, giving it different abilities, whatever, makes old Pokemon usable and good again. For example, Pidgeot in Generation 1 was considered one of the best Pokemon you could have. It was a great, reliable flying type. But, you know, by Generation 6, it was useless. I mean, first of all, you had Talonflame, which not only is probably one of the best flying type Pokemon of all time, especially considering you can get it that early on in the game. It was also Fire type, which until then the Flying Bird Pokemon of whatever region was just regular. And the fact that it was Fire type gave it, you know, a way bigger access to way different things. And, you know, the new ORAS games, they gave Pidgeot and Mega Evolution and made them relevant again, and that's my point. Using the Mega Evolutions, they make old Pokemon relevant again. And what they're doing now, if you notice, they have Primal Ground and Primal Kyogre, which are insanely powerful. They're OP levels we cannot understand. And it's on purpose. Because you see, back in the day when, you know, Ruby and Sapphire came out, you didn't really have anything to compete with Groudon, Kyogre, and Rayquaza. Like, don't get me wrong, Ho and Lugia was still super powerful as well. But, you know, the lore surrounding these Pokemon, they were supposed to be like actual gods. They created the region you were in. And when you get to the point where, you know, they're not relevant enough because of their stats, you know, these so-called god Pokemon, you know you're in a problem. So in order to make them relevant again, they use Mega Evolution, or Primal Evolution, De-Evolution, whatever you want to call it. So, that's what they're doing with all these Mega Evolutions. And I think that's wonderful, but essentially it will lead to the same problem, that one, some Pokemon won't get Mega Evolutions, and then it'll be even weaker compared to everyone else, and two, essentially once everything is Mega Evolved, you'll just have the same Pokemon just with plus 200 stats, and you'll still have Pokemon just stronger than other Pokemon. Honestly, the only way that Pokemon can solve this is by not allowing you to transfer Pokemon to a new Pokemon game, and they have done this with Ruby and Sapphire, I believe, but it was met with a lot of hate from the fans, and that, you know, rightfully so. The whole series is about advancing and evolving, why shouldn't you be able to do so? So, you know, it's an issue which they started and they can't really solve, so, yeah. Wow, I rambled on for way longer than I should have. Alright, so thank you very much for listening. If you have thoughts about the matter, or if you want to see any Pokemon get a Mega Evolution for some reason to balance him, make sure to leave a comment or perhaps a reply or whatever. And alright, so this is Ace Trainer M, and see you next time.